Hi, I'm Dr. Santosh Bhatia. I'm the director of Vanity Cosmetic Clinic. I have two clinics, one located in Andheri and one located in South Mumbai. Besides that, I also practice in Breach Candy Hospital, Kambala Hill Hospital, amongst other hospitals. So today we're going to discuss something related to breast augmentation surgery. So there's often a misnomer regarding breast augmentation surgery, and people always get confused what exactly, whether they require it, they don't require it, do they desire it, they don't desire it. So there are various thought processes regarding the same. So hopefully I'll be able to clear some concepts regarding the same. So breast augmentation surgery is a fairly safe surgery. Most often it is a day case surgery. You come in the morning, we operate you and we send you home in the evening. Breast augmentation surgery there are two various types of surgery, broadly speaking. One is with the help of an implant and the other one is with the help of fat injection. I'll try to demystify both of them for you also. So breast augmentation with the help of implants is done with two different methods. One, we can put saline implants. Second, we can put silicone implants. Silicone is the most common one that is being used. Since the shape is well retained, nowadays you get highly cohesive breast implants. Hence, you get a good shape in the breast and it's maintained for a very prolonged period of time. In breast augmentation with the help of an implant, in that also there are two types. One, a round implant, and the second one is an anatomical implant. In the plane that we place it, there are different planes that we can place it. One is behind the gland, one is behind the muscle, and one is behind the fascia. Now all these are very confusing to a layman, and I don't expect you to understand it until we come and I explain everything to you with the help of diagrams and to understand what you require, what are your goals, what are your needs. Based on that, I'll tell you which is the most apt one for you. In the incision, or where the incision is made, again there is one below the inframammary crease or below the breast, that is at the inframammary crease. The second one is around the nipple areolar complex, and the third one is in the axilla. These are various methods that we can use. Again, each individual is different, each individual's requirements are different. Hence, based on the requirement, we decide what has to be done. In terms of implants, there are different. When you come in the first time to meet me, I obviously assess what you have, what you want, what are your desires, what are your goals. Is it because you're doing it because there is a loss of the breast which has taken place because of pregnancy, lactation, because of those reasons, or just that you have something known as hypomastia or small breast, or you just desire cosmetic improvement? You know, everyone it's different. Sometimes people come because of an asymmetry in the breast, so once they have one side bigger, one side smaller, we try to match it to the level best that we can. So now when you come in for the first time, when you come for consultation, obviously I need to see your entire history, whether what is your past medical record, whether are you fit enough for the surgery? Are you not fit enough for the surgery? We do a few blood investigations. Many a times I need to do a mammogram. Why is the mammogram done? Is to just so that we have a record before the surgery about your breast and about the breast condition. So as I said, that when you come in for the surgery, on the day of consultation, your medical history is taken, the records are seen, whether you have any pre-medical, past medical condition. I do a mammogram. Once the mammogram is done, then we get an understanding of your breast parenchyma or the current breast tissue. After that, I try to determine what is the size that you're looking for. Now, based on the size that you're looking for, there are different types of breast sizes I have shown over here. So there is from 100cc to 400cc of breast sizes which are available. So I kind of make you wear them, try to see, so that you see yourself in the mirror, you take photographs, you get an understanding, you ask your partner, your husband, or maybe some close family person that who you'd like to talk about. You can decide based on variety of features. Once we decide that yes, this is the particular size that is required, then based on many different types of markings that I do, many different types of measurements that I do, I decide exactly which size and which shape will be most apt for you based on that. So I let you decide to a large extent as to what size you're looking at, and then based on that, based on my scientific and medical experience, I decide finally what is the final size that you require. In regards to what you can do after the surgery, you definitely can do everything and anything, but you can't do upper body weight exercises, you can't swim for a period of 3 weeks. Besides that, everything else is fine. You can go for a walk, you can go for a jog after 3 or 4 days. You'll be wearing a sports bra which is there. The sports bra has to be worn for a period of 3 weeks. No underwire bra and things like that are not allowed to be worn at that particular moment of time. In terms of how fast will you be able to join back work, I believe that most patients, they from a various range of from 1 day to 3 days is when most people join back work. Yes, you do feel a little heaviness, you may feel a little soreness, You may have a little sensory problem around the nipple for the first 3 weeks, but this is all a part and sequelae of the surgery. After which I most commonly call you back on day 3 to do a dressing. I call you on day 10 to remove the stitches, and then I call you at 1 month, 3 months and 6 months just to take photographs, so we analyze your entire recovery period of sorts. Regarding fat injection, on the other hand, it's a fairly new thing. It's very good. Some people do not want an implant. They don't want to have something in their body as per what they say. Fair enough. Again, we can do fat injection. Even though it's not a gold standard, the shape of the breast is not as great as with an implant, but yes, we can achieve a large change in your breast. So how do we do that procedure? We basically take a liposuction cannula, we do some liposuction. Again, most people are happy that they're getting some liposuction also done because of that. So we do some liposuction, we remove the fat from, say, the flanks, the abdomen, the thighs, wherever there's enough and adequate fat. We remove fat from that, we kind of process the fat in a particular manner, and we place the fat or we inject the fat into the breast. The recovery period of fat injection also is fairly similar to that of breast implant.
The commonest questions asked to me during breast augmentation surgery. So the top question asked to me is, Doc, can I breastfeed after a breast implant? And the answer is yes. There is no role or there is no damage of the breast gland or the parenchyma or the duct during this surgery. Hence, lactation should not be a problem. The second common question asked to me is, will there be a change in my nipple sensation? The answer to that is there is no change in the nipple sensation. However, in the initial few days, one may have increased or a decreased nipple sensation. The third most common question asked to me is that, is there any role of cancer or cancer associated with breast implant, with silicone or saline implants, or even fat injection for that matter? And the answer is no. There is no increased risk. However, there's an association of breast implant and ALC.
For regarding any more information, I would always suggest please connect with me so that I can give you more information as you desire. Thank you.